Hi, children of God. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. So, I remember I had dropped a word and it went like, the Lord's gonna try you, right? And I know from the title you're like, huh? The Lord gonna try me. Go and watch the video and you'll gain the understanding for that. But this is just a word that kind of piggybacks off of that, but not as much. And this is a word and also for you guys to understand this. So the Lord also, even during the trials, he will protect you and he will keep you, right? Like even through him allowing certain things and him allowing, certain people to, try you or, you going through your own thing. He will keep you, he will protect you, and you don't have to worry about these people coming at you, trying to hurt you in any way, right? And we're gonna get right into this where I gotta make sure that my mic is on because I looked on my TikTok video and it had cut off on me. I'm like, huh? Like, what's going on? Okay, so we're gonna start off in Psalms 118 verse 16. I think no, not verse 16. Was it verse 16? Hold on. It's verse 16. Yes. Okay. No, it's not verse 16. It's verse 6. I'm sorry. It's verse 6. And excuse the background, you guys. But it's verse 6, right? And what it says in verse 6, it says, "The Lord is on my side. I will not fear what can man do to me." So, how I had said it inside the video on the TikTok, I wanted you guys to understand that there is nothing that men can do that can affect you when you are a child of God. You get what I mean? And one thing I know I was talking about like the solar eclipse and everything that's taking place. I told you guys not to fear about that because one thing about the Lord, if he wants his children, if there's anything that's going to take place, he's going to prepare us ahead of time. He's going to send warning ahead of time. He's not a God that, will allow something to happen and you just don't know about it, right? Even we know leading up to the Lord, like revealing himself unto us and even, him coming back, there'll be certain signs that'll come before he comes back for us to know, oh, like, the Father, he's close to coming, though we don't know when. We don't know the date. We don't know when it will happen, but we know that, oh, this has happened or that has happened. So I know inside this time, the Lord's coming back. So we need to get our souls together. I need to, do as much as praying as I can. I need to do, you know what I mean? So, you'll kind of prepare yourself for that. So the Lord, he will always send warning before destruction or victory. So he will always let his children know about something. So anything that you're just figuring out or anything like that, and you know for a fact that yes, indeed you are a child of God, and the Lord, he always warns you about something. He did not say anything about that. This is nothing to worry about. Because one thing about it, definitely, if it's something that deep, the Lord, he would have warned us about it, and he would have let us know, oh, yeah, this is to take place, would have gave visions, everything. So please don't worry about that because the Lord, he's not just going to leave you there. He's not going to leave you nor forsaking you. But this is also something to keep inside of your heart. And I want to share this very personal story. Um, I did not tell nobody about this. Nobody knows about this but me and God and everybody that was there that day. Oh, so I got to get a little vulnerable with y'all because this is like one of my little vulnerable stories that I had, at the beginning of my walk with Christ. So, and this is an example of, basically what the scripture is saying. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear what can men do to me. I'm going to tell you guys how he put me through this test before, right? So, my heart just beating thinking about it. But, Holy Spirit flow. I used to work at Dunkin', for those who don't know. My first job was Dunkin', and again, after applying for after applying for jobs ever since, I started applying for jobs when I was 12 or 13. Yeah, I know that was at a really young age, but I got my first job at 16. That was my first ever job. Like my mom, she had a company and stuff like that, a cleaning company, but that was my first ever job. You get what I mean? So I was working there, and I needed extra hours because they already warned me about my manager. Like that's how she is. She say the people that first come in, like she'll give them a whole bunch of hours. Because I went from working like four, five to four days a week to working to like what 3 days a week. So then I was just like trying to, because I'm about my money, like, and I love the job. They really ruined it for me because the way that they used to try me, well, the way that they was trying me, because side story, this really quick. I was working there for 2 months, two 2 months, and they did not pay me until my last week of me being there. It was 2 months of me working. That's how you know I love the job. It was 2 months of me working, and they did not pay me until the last week. Cause after I got my money, they shortened my hours to like 1 day a week. And then I was looking at the schedule next week. I wasn't down for next week, so but I'm just letting y'all know just how they were like mistreating me. But then they got what came to them. But the thing is, look, I came to my manager. I'm like, like I want, extra hours and stuff like that. And then she had told me, she was like, you could work the morning shift. She said like I could start putting you down in the morning shift. I'm like, okay, you guys, to Maya, this is my first time working. Like this is my first job, so I didn't know like the differences with the shifts and the people. So I had end up like, I'm like, okay. And again, I love my job. I had no problem with it, but I love my crew. It was my crew because when I had went there, you guys, I went there. It was the morning crew. I didn't know anybody at the morning crew, and this crew, it was filled with pure adults. Like my crew that I had, it was filled with like teenagers, like people that was my age at the time. It was filled with them. So that's what I thought it was gonna be. You know what I mean? But it was a whole bunch of adults that was there. And again, it wasn't nothing bad or anything. But look, y'all just stay with me, okay? I went inside of there, and I was just like, okay, because I'm not the type to push myself out there to anyone, no, because I don't care for friends or anything. I've never been that type. I'm a very sweet person, and that's how I was. So, so there was this pregnant lady, like there was this pregnant girl that was there. She was young, of course, and she was pregnant, and she was there. And again, they weren't a team to me. And it did not affect me inside of any way because I wasn't looking for anyone to help me, but they weren't being a team to me. There was only one girl, and she was like cooking the food. She was the only one that would help me with my orders. Everyone else, they would be very nasty. And I'm telling you, when I used to work on my, like, when I would work my night shift, we were a team. Like, it's like, okay, I'm going to make the drink. Oh, such and such, can you make this food? Or can you do this? Like, we were a team. But with them, it's just like they weren't the people, everybody, they weren't being rude. Like they wasn't being rude. This pregnant woman, I'm gonna tell y'all something about her. She would try and play under me. And to remind y'all, I'm not the type you could get like you can't get me mad easily, but I be peeping small stuff. So she was trying to get me mad. Like she was saying like little slick stuff. Cause I remember I was making a drink, right? And then she had told me, she was like, oh, you don't know where this drink at? I said, I do know where the drink is. I said, I'm just not going to make it. I said it just like that. And she had peeped that. And she would like peep the little remarks that I would tell her, like, with the stats and everything. She would peep it. And then she would just like kind of like stand back. Because in a way, I was like being very sweet. I was being like, I'm a very sweet person, so I think she kind of took that as a weakness for her to like be a little slick to me. You know what I mean? To bully me a little bit. But then she seen how I was, and the thing is, they had me doing everything by myself. Like when I was working my night shift, we were a team. We did everything together. And when I'm telling you, at this job, we did everything. We had to do restock, clean dishes, cook, do everything. You know what I mean? Make the drinks and stuff like that. So that's how it was, and they weren't helping me. Like I said, the only person that was like doing one thing was a girl that was cooking. That was the only thing, and it was rush hour, you guys. So it was super intense. It was a morning shift now, and we know Dunkin', that's like a breakfast place. It'd be rush hour at like at the beginning, like inside the morning. So I was just like, this is my first ever time of me being inside a rush hour, and I was just so annoyed. Like I'm like, oh my goodness. It was so intense. So to remind you, this girl, they're not helping me. Nobody's not helping me. I'm doing my orders myself. There's customers that's aggravating me. I'm keeping my cool. I'm a very sweet, understanding person. I'm not flashing out at the customers, though I feel the need to, right? And I kid y'all not, this girl, she was asking me for favors, and I was just plain out ignoring her. I was plain out ignoring her because how I felt at the time, I'm just like, you're not helping me with what I need help with. Why am I gonna hear what you get what I mean? Why am I gonna help you out and you're not even helping me out? And that's how she wanted me to do. She was like, can you get that, or can you get this? And I'm like, I'm ignoring her. Like, I'm not even I'm not saying nothing to this woman. Like, I'm ignoring her because it's just like, you're not helping me. And then like with your slick remarks, it's like, nah, you could get it yourself. And before, like, I definitely needed improvement with, my personality and everything. So hey, that's just how it was before. And yeah, I understood she was pregnant. And it's no offense to, pregnant working moms, you go. But I'm saying with her personally, it's just like, no, you can't be no nasty person and expect for people to have mercy. That was my mindset at the time. I'm a very, I grew a lot now. But so I was not helping her. And I'm going to tell y'all how the Lord had tested me that day. It was all that. Remember, it was all that was happening. Customers coming in through the drive-through, from the back to the front. We had online orders to get done. And it's rush hour. Everybody's ordering. Like, it's packed. I never seen that place that packed until I worked the morning shift. There was this man. And this is around the place, this is around the time everybody had went home. It was just me, her, and her cousin. Like I said, I don't have nothing bad to say about her cousin because her cousin was sweet to me. If she said anything about me behind my back, you know what I mean? That's just that. But her cousin was sweet to me, so I did not have anything to say about that. So she was the one that she took a man order, right? And it's rush hour. Everybody like in a, I don't know what you call that, like in like this type of mode, you get what I mean, to where it's just like, ugh, because it's so much orders and we just did so much. We had a man inside the drive-through. She took his order and she got his order wrong. He wanted hot coffee. I'm still being a sweet, settled person, so I'm just like, okay. I see him at the window. He's like, oh, I didn't order an iced coffee. I ordered a hot coffee. I'm like, okay. I told him, I said, okay, so I'm fixing his order. We had a time limit thing that was right at the drive-through, so we had to hurry up and get people out because the manager did not play about that. She found herself coming over here trying to be Miss Bossy Boss, right? She gonna come over here and tell me. She gonna come over here and tell me. She's like, she told me, she said, why is he still here? Why is he still here? I said, because you got his order wrong, so now I gotta put it in right. Is she quote unquote got fed up with like me, standing up for myself, because you're not gonna just, you can't just talk to anybody any type of way and expect for them to like, I was sweet, but you're not gonna be disrespectful to me. That's not how that goes. Yeah. This girl, she gonna walk the other way. I'm like I understand. Like, she rolled her eyes. I seen her roll her eyes and she walked the other way. She gonna say, she tells something, oh, let me go before I end up slapping this girl. Her cousin, look. Her cousin. She said, who you gonna slap? And I was like, yeah, who you gonna slap? I kid y'all not. She told something, you. I said, girl, you ain't gonna slap nobody. I kid you not. She over there talking. She's right here inside my face talking trash. She tells something, like, she's just talking trash. And look, this is what I'm doing. I'm like, girl, bye. I'm waving my hand at her. I'm like, girl, bye. She right here. Bop, 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 bye. Bye. And that was the thing. I'm just like, and y'all, at that time, I wanted to take a large, like one of those large drinks, fill it up with like hot water or some type of liquid and throw it on her. I kid y'all not. But I'm like, Father, I kid y'all not. So at that time, I was like, Father, I'm like, the man, he said, it's okay. He said, take your time. I'm like, she over there talking her mess. I'm like I'm keeping it professional. You get what I mean? I'm not giving her that reaction that she wants. So with that happening, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I'm fed up. I'm texting the manager. I'm letting her know. I'm like, bro, like, don't ever put me on this morning shift ever again. You know what I mean? And the thing is, when I was at the cash register, after that had happened, right after, she coming over there. Like you coming right next by me. If it's all that, why you coming right next by me and gently putting your stuff down? You get what I mean? And the thing is, she did a lot of talking. So the way that she was talking, you would have thought that she was gonna touch me or she was gonna do something. And yes, I was prepared to retaliate, but I gave it to God. You get what I mean? And I was just like, I'm like, because at that point, I did not care that she was pregnant. You get what I mean? Though that's the enemy, I did not care at that time. You get what I mean? I just took a breath, and she was talking real crazy. Like this girl, she was talking real crazy. She said all morning, this girl, she just been so slick and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, I told her, girl, bye. And me personally, if I felt that heated, the way that she was talking about me, if I felt that heated about somebody and they doing like this inside my face, I'm definitely gonna, you know what I mean? But that's just, I just had to give y'all that example. That is an example of this verse. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear what can man do to me. She sent the threat my way. The way that she was talking was like she was going to bust the grape, but she did absolutely nothing. And I want y'all to know at that time, the Lord, he tests you in that way, because there was other times, not when anyone, we wasn't, it wasn't like how that situation was. But it was other times to where, people like they would try you or get on your nerves. And the Lord will literally put you through that to see your reaction. So inside that time, the Lord, he was testing me. And the thing is, look, I went home and I cried. I cried to God. I'm like, Father, like I was so heated and I was like annoyed. I'm like, Father, like, and I was just sitting up there. I was crying. I'm like, Lord, like, please. I was just so frustrated because we was going through rush hour and everything, and she wasn't the only person that was feeling like this type of rush, because of the rush hour. I was there too, and the thing is, I was just so aggravated. But the thing is, I look back on it and I look at that. The Lord, he was testing me inside that time. He was trying me to see my reaction, because the thing is, the girl did not bust a grape. She said a lot. She did not do nothing. She did absolutely nothing. She was right here, right next by me, saying threats. I'm like this, saying threats. Did absolutely nothing. And that's the thing. So I want y'all to know, even if you're someone that you struggle with holding your tongue and everything, the Lord, he will test you in ways, that's why it's not good to make an excuse to, why you say what you say or do what you do. Oh yeah, well, the Lord, no. Because there'll be many times where you're not wrong as a person, but the Lord, he takes you through this as a test, as a development. Oh, excuse me. And I'm here to let y'all know that, like, no, what can a man do to you? The Father is with you. What can a man do to you? Remember what David has said inside of Psalms 11. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. Psalms 11, verse 1. Verse 1. It says, in the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? Which means I trust in God. Don't, like, how you gonna tell me to be afraid, or how you gonna send a threat my way? Do you not know my Father? You get what I mean? And sometimes you have to say that. See, I wish I would have doing these verses at the time, because I would have said that to her. I promise y'all I would have said that to her. I'm gonna tell y'all just how I would have been. I'm gonna tell y'all just how I would have been. Hold on, I'm gonna find it really quickly. I'd have been like, look, and this how y'all gotta be. This how y'all gotta be. Hold on, let me say one thing. Nah, let me tell you one thing right quick. The whole room gonna be silent. Look, this all y'all gotta say. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can men do to me? And leave it like that. Leave it like that. I promise y'all. Leave it like that. Because this is true though. Like I'm laughing. But this is a true thing. Like, if the Lord is on your side, do not fear. Speak how David was speaking. Speak with authority, baby. Speak like you know the Father that you serve. Speak like, yeah, this is my refuge. The Lord is my refuge. Whom shall I fear and whom shall I be afraid? The Lord is my light and my salvation. And this is just true. Like, these are things that you're not supposed to fear. Like, please don't be in fear of men. Don't fear because what can they do to you? Do you know your God? You have to speak with authority like you know your God, because I'm telling y'all, I am telling you guys, like, you are protected. And look, I'm gonna say this right quick. Psalms 1 2 no, Psalms 121. It says, the Lord shall preserve thy goings out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Which means the Lord, he will keep you safe when you go out and when you come in. So you don't have to worry about that. And I want to let you know plenty of times, because there'll be times to where you will want to say something back. But many a times the Lord, he will be trying you. He will be testing you. Yeah, he know that they're wrong and stuff like that. And trust me, I'm not being disrespectful or anything. But that girl she had a baby. Like, she was pregnant with a baby. I went to that job. The only reason why I applied to that job was because it was something for me to do. I did not have to work at that time. I did not have to work. I went to that job because it was something that I genuinely like to do. Certain people have to work. You get what I mean? They have to do that. And it's not shaming anyone that does. But she lost her job. You get what I mean? So everything she did, it came back to her. I did not have to. You lost your job. You're in, you got what was coming to you. Now you got to find another job. You're pregnant. You have a child. Like, you get what I mean? And again, this is not to throw shade, but this is just to say, like, you truly reap what you sow. I did not have to say nothing to her. All I was saying, girl, bye. I did not have to say nothing. She got what came to her. She lost her job. And that is the thing. So this is one thing I just want you guys to know. The Lord, he will. That operator that probably was playing inside of your ear and disrespecting you and saying this, that, and the third, or even if you're a person that does customer service, or you're on the phone and that person was disrespecting you, the Lord, he tests you inside those times. When somebody's talking, remember, she sent threats. So this can be a person that will, sending threats, and they might be talking really big, but they can't touch you. They can't do nothing to you. This was something I was face to face with. I was right in her face. Did she touch me? No. Was threat sent? Yes. Could I have said something? Yes. But the thing is, I'm like, Father, and that's what you have to do at times. Don't give the enemy that reaction. Because again, the Lord, he will allow these things to happen. But he won't allow, again, the Lord, he will allow that weapon to form, but he won't allow it to prosper. So he might allow this, this argument to happen, but the threats that's getting sent through this argument won't even happen. So I just wanted you guys to know that today and say these verses. I put down Psalms 118 verse 16, Psalms 11 verse 1, Psalms 121 verse 8. Say these scriptures and say them with, again, authority, and just understand that literally this is true. You don't have to worry about that. I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about that, and trust me, plenty of times I wanted to say something, but I held my tongue. And sometimes you have to do it because the Lord knows that you're not wrong. Even if that's the type of person that you are, you're like, oh well, God seen what they had did, and God know what they had did. So you'll think inside a way that you are right, but no, this is not what God wants you to do. The Lord wants you to hold your tongue, speak life and not death, uplift and don't condemn. When I put on the armor of God, I say that from my mouth. I say, Father, and bless my mouth to speak life and not death, and to uplift and not condemn, my eyes to, see and perceive, and my ears to hear and understand. You know what I mean? So pray for that as well, because I know, some of us, we might struggle with our mouth and stuff like that. But then again, you have to understand these are nothing but threats. They're only threats. They can't do nothing to you. The Lord won't allow them to do anything to you. You get what I mean? So in a way, I just want you guys to understand that. And that was an example that I personally went through, so I could, allow, bless you guys to understand that, and yeah, I pray that bless you guys, and yeah, be blessed. Don't allow anyone to get you out of character, because the Lord, He hears these conversations. He's seen it all. The Lord was there. He was there. He's seen it all. So I'm telling you, the Lord, He is there. He sees you. He sees you. You have to, when you know better, you do better. So do better. Hold that tongue, okay? Hold that tongue, please. You don't have to prove. There's nothing that you have to prove to anyone. Remember, there was these people. They were sarcastic, and they were asking the Lord for a sign. They were asking Jesus for a sign, and this, that, and the third. And the Lord said, He said He's not going to give these people a sign. Jesus said, He said that He will not give this generation a sign. Because these were people, they came to Jesus and they were being sarcastic when they were asking for a sign. They weren't truly seeking for a sign. They were asking, oh, if you're da 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 da, then da 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 da. And Jesus like, no, I'm not going to give you a sign. You get what I mean? Because the posture and the way that they came at, Jesus, and the way that they said what they said. So know that this is true inside this time. And I pray that we're, bless you guys, for you guys to know. Hold your peace. Be at peace, please. And I love you guys. Be blessed. And let that be a part of your testimony as well.